Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mercy. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe or like or leave a comment or something. Um, this is a channel where I basically just talk about random things that are bugging me. Majority of the time it's stuff that have um, run into on social media because, well, I spend an unhealthy amount of time on social media. So basically started when I turned 40 and I realized that I'm becoming a grumpy old woman and decided to embrace my grumpy old womanness. And here we go. Now, lately I've not been making a lot of videos and well, I've been making a lot of excuses of why I'm not making these videos. But the truth is, I actually did make um quite a lot of videos then when it was time to edit, because when you're editing, you're looking at it. And I just didn't like what I saw back. I genuinely did not like it. I know this sounds very, very shallow. As someone in my 40s, I really should be, I don't know, but I just didn't like what I saw. And I know that we are in a body acceptance kind of environment, but the truth is, I know deep down that my weight was not healthy. And I know deep down that it's not like I was doing everything possible. So if you've watched the channel or if you know anything about, I've talked, or you can check on the other videos, I've talked about the fact that I went through a period of depression and had to be medicated. And when that happened, the medication, one of the side effects was I put on a lot of weight. And then losing that weight became a problem. And then I got pregnant. And after giving birth, there was COVID and there was zero movement from my side. I just genuinely did not like just walking around. And I think for me, especially because I had a small baby, the thought of getting sick freaked me out so much. And all the people who just decided that they are not going to take it seriously. I mean, whether you believe COVID is a scam or not is not the issue. But some of us actually took had reasons why we wanted to make sure that we don't get it, but eventually I still got it. But by the time I was getting it, I was in a better place mentally, thank God. But it's so I got scared of I just walking generally, because then I was like, okay, I have my mask, but how sure am I that, and then there were all these people who just like making fun when they see you wearing a mask. They start trying to cough on your direction so that they see your reaction. And I don't think people, I feel like we live in such a selfish world that people don't even consider what someone else is going through. And anyway, so there were a combination of things, and a big chunk of it was just I kept making excuses. I kept making excuses, and I kept telling myself, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll start next week, I'll start later, I'll start later, I'll start later. The later never came. It never came. I kept postponing later until it was too late. So here we are, and well, crap happens, right? And I did not like what I saw in the videos. And I sat down and thought about it. And I was like, well, I don't even like what I look like. I'm not confident. And generally, I'm a very confident person. Very, very few people actually believe that I can have confidence issues, because when I talk like I have authority. When I meet people, I'm usually, but That's not that's not how I was feeling, to be honest. That I was really feeling like there's something missing and that I am just, something is wrong, right? And for a very long time, that was the case. And I can genuinely say I considered a lot of surgical options to lose weight. So many places I was told you're not big enough to get that. But the funny thing is the doctor tells you that, and then he goes like, but you have a lot of weight to lose. And then you're like, can you make up your mind? Am I too big or not big enough? was like, yeah, you have a lot of weight to lose, but don't worry, it can be handled. It can be handled. And finally, I got a doctor who's helping me through it. And I mean, a lot of it was just the self control and the painful part. And I was joking with a friend saying that, if I'm never grateful for anything in my life, I need to be grateful for the fact that I actually have to pay a doctor to stop me from eating. I don't think we realize just how much that is a privilege, because I know I'm not shaming rich people. I'm not shaming people who have, but think about it. There are people who cannot afford 2 meals a week. There are people who, well, that's maybe stretching it a bit, but there are people who have to decide 1 meal a day that what they're going to eat. And then there are people who have to pay me for them to be forced into intermittent fasting. And I'm telling you, it's just how the world is. And I just felt like, okay, fine. I'm making very unhealthy choices. I'm eating way too much bread. I'm too lazy to cook, so I'm eating a lot of quick fixes, which are mostly processed foods. And well, of course, there's the wine, which was becoming a wine problem, because then, yeah. So all these combinations, and then you look at a video and you don't like what you see. And I just kept feeling like, nah, I'm not going to put this one. I'm not going to post this one. I'm not going to post this one. So now I took down all the videos. And what I will do is I'll just try to re-record them and repost them now that I feel slightly better about how I look. So I managed to just well, I mean, I got a nutritionist and I started working out, and I went to the doctor and he just advised me on what I should avoid. And I think this is part of the advantages of having insurance. And then you go and decide to use your insurance to get some medical advice. And because I had tried most things and I was trying them and they were not realistic for me. I had all these people saying, oh, I did intermittent fasting and I've lost so much weight. And well, I would try that. But then after 1 week, I just can't do it anymore. And then I would start something else. And then I remember I did intermittent fasting at some point. I was almost fainting because I am so hungry and I just couldn't. Anyway, so there were just health reasons that I couldn't do that. And then sometimes it was just, I didn't have the will to do so many of the other things. And I was so lucky that at the same time I came across someone who is a personal trainer who is just starting out, so his prices were reasonable. And well, not just starting out, he's just starting out in Geneva. He's been doing this for 20 years, so he's actually quite qualified. But I was glad that at least that was something that helped me, because now I'm able to be myself. You understand? I feel like now I try on clothes and I like how I look. I try. And then I talked to a friend of mine, a very good friend. I actually interviewed her once, and we talked, and she told me that, yeah, I mean, it's normal, because I mean, when you're in front of the camera, you kind of tend to scrutinize yourself slightly more. And it felt so good, because it's something that I've not been wanting to say. But then it felt so good for somebody to just validate what I had been feeling. It felt really, really good that that actually happens. Which is why I find it very strange when people who are heavy decide that they are going to victimize people who decide to lose weight. Because I see so many of these channels on YouTube, and I don't know why the algorithm keeps sending these things to me. I'm already struggling with my weight. Please don't send me people who keep calling people who lose weight fat phobic. I don't even think there's anything like fat. Well, anything nowadays, everything is a phobic. But they kept. So you if someone is not happy with how they look, and because I was having horrible time sleeping. I was starting to snore. And now, you see, now I have a neck. Go through my other videos. I didn't have a neck. It was all like this. I now have a neck. I haven't even lost that much weight. Well, I've lost quite a bit. I've lost about 9 kilos, which is significant. But even just that, even by the time I had lost 4 kilos, it had already made so much difference in my life. I could already breathe better when I sleep. And now that I've lost 9 kilos, I can almost tie my shoes. I know I don't look that big on this video, but yeah, I mean, my stomach still has a long way to go. Anyway, but it's so I find it sad when people who've decided that they want to embrace that big lifestyle, they've decided that they're fine with being on the bigger side, that they want to shame people who have decided for their health they would like to lose weight. There are just people who would like to live past 50 years old. There are people who would like not just to live, but to actually have quality of life. Uh, if if I if I'm not if I don't have any problem with my legs and I don't have any, like, I'm not been in an accident or anything like that, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. Now, if I am in a wheelchair because I'm eating too much and I can't even walk, that's not the quality of life that I want. Somebody else that might be their thing. I mean, everybody has their own thing, but that's not what I want. I want to be able to, I have a 3-year-old. I want to be able to run around with him. I want to be able to go to sleep and not wake up in the middle of the night and realize that I have woken the whole house up because I'm snoring, and to be able to sleep at people's over. I want to be able to go for sleepovers and not be worried. I was very afraid of going for sleepovers. Like, I couldn't go visit a friend and stay over because I'm worried that I might snow. So, small things like that we generally ignore. Anyway, so well, anyway, so that's my confession. That's the real reason why I've not been doing videos. And now I have so much work, which involves actually having to re-record those videos. And but I'll have to find time and I'll have to do it. Thank you so much. And I just hope that you have a nice day and a non-judgmental day. And take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Live your happiest life. Enjoy yourself. I started using a bit more TikTok because I genuinely like how I'm starting to look. I think it's really encouraging me to continue because I'm not giving up tea, and that's Christmas tea. One of my colleagues, I have a new job, so one of my colleagues came to meet me for the first time. And because I had told him I'm Kenyan and he lives in the UK, and that we had talked about tea and stuff like that, he brought me Christmas tea, and I am in love with it. It's really, really nice. And then I discovered that when I read the ingredients, I discovered that if I put it in red wine, if I warm red wine and put it in it, then it makes I think it's called mulled wine, Vin Chaud, or that one, the hot wine that people drink during winter. It's really good. This amazing. Anyway, nobody paid me to say it, so I'm not going to say what name it is, but it's one of those Christmas trees. Anyway, Christmas teas. Anyway, so yeah, so it was really lovely. It was really, really lovely. Anyway, so I'm enjoying my weight loss and I'm really, really enjoying it. I started taking so many more TikTok videos and I'm enjoying just being happy. And I feel like even my children are happier now. And I am actually looking forward to doing activities. I'm not just looking forward to sitting at home. I'm looking forward to going out and I'm looking forward to trying new stuff. Now, one of the videos that I'm going to post soon, I think I've finished it, but yeah, I just have to check if I want to post it as is or remove some things. So this was a video about what was it called? About sailing. I went sailing. So then I went to a spa, and then so they're basically small things that I did. So thank you so much for being patient and listening to this. And I just hope that we reconnect. Thank you. Bye bye.